If you've ever found yourself scrolling through social media and felt drained, envious, or just off, you're not alone. The digital age has transformed not only how we connect, but also how certain personality traits, especially narcissism, manifest and thrive. So today I decided to talk about how narcissistic traits are amplified by social media, why some people feel a constant need for admiration online, and how these behaviors affect everyone around them because they do. So we're going to break it down step by step, including the narcissistic partner and the ex on social media, because social media doesn't just highlight narcissistic behaviors, it magnifies them. So by the end of this video, you'll understand the psychology behind the posts, the likes, and the comments. I can't give you a degree though. And it's going to explain even the trolling, and you'll know how to protect yourself without disengaging completely. Social media nowadays can feel like a stage where everyone is performing. But for someone with narcissistic tendencies, it's more than performance. It is a lifeline for them. Let's start with something most of us have seen, the constant need for admiration. Now, mind you, it doesn't mean that someone using social media for some form of validation is a narcissist here. Many children grew up rather, never being acknowledged and never being seen. So social media for them is it's a desperate attempt to fill that void. It's survival mechanisms. But today I'm talking about the narcissist who uses social media as their supply platform. Social media, what it does is it gives narcissistic individuals the perfect platform to present their image, to highlight their accomplishment, and to receive validation from a wide audience. Unlike in real life where feedback is limited to the people in the room, online interactions can reach hundreds, thousands, or even millions. And every like, comment, or share, it becomes a little boost for their ego. It's supply. So some common behaviors include highlight reels over reality, only sharing the perfect moments, filtered and polished, while ignoring the struggles or the imperfections. Frequent posting for validation, constant selfies, updates, or announcements designed to attract attention. Engaging in comparison, using likes, followers, and shares as a barometer of self-worth. I mean, think about it. If someone posts a photo from a vacation, a party, or a new accomplishment, the post isn't just about sharing joy, it's about measuring reactions. And narcissistic individuals are especially sensitive to those reactions. Each comment or like is a form of reward, reinforcing the need to post more and more. It's an addiction for them. The more supply they can get, the better they feel. You'll see someone posting a memory on Facebook of their dog with a statement such as, isn't he the cutest? But the picture is overshadowed by the owner posing with their chests hanging out. Or they have a six-pack with oil all over their body. They aren't trying to get people to look at their dog here. And then for others, it might be about shining a spotlight around their life events. A person who has a huge project at work, instead of sharing it quietly to a friend, they post every detail on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Each share, each congratulatory comment feeds their sense of self-importance. They aren't just proud, they're recharging their ego in real time. And it doesn't stop there either. Narcissists, they often take it a step further by strategically timing posts to maximize attention, tagging influential people to expand reach, or even creating content designed to spark debate, anything that keeps eyes on them. Trolling, cyberbullying, and negative attention seeking also. Not all narcissistic behavior online is positive or flattering here. Social media also amplifies the darker side. You have trolling as a power play. Narcissists often enjoy provoking emotional responses. The anonymity of internet allows them to insult, belittle, or humiliate without immediate social consequences, right? They don't like consequences. Cyberbullying for control. Some narcissists use social media to dominate, shame, or manipulate targets. The reactions that they provoke are to them a form of validation and a boost of their ego. Drama and conflict as content. Arguments, heated debates, or even staged conflicts can become fuel for attention. The more reactions that they receive, the more their sense of importance grows. It's also important to note that these behaviors are not always malicious in the traditional sense here. They're often strategically designed to reinforce attention and control. Social media amplifies these tendencies because there's little accountability, and distance makes it easier to push boundaries. For example, a narcissist influencer might post a controversial opinion knowing that it's going to provoke hundreds of comments. They may not even care about the topic itself. It's the engagement that matters. Its reaction, positive or negative, is a form of validation. They get immediate and measurable validation. Likes, shares, and comments give instant feedback. They gain a large audience, which is what they want. One post can reach thousands of people, amplifying status and attention. They also get control over perception. Filters, editing, and carefully crafted captions allow them to control how they are seen. And let's not forget reduced accountability. Online distance makes it easier to manipulate, provoke, or ignore social norms. So all of these factors combine to reward narcissistic tendencies, creating a feedback loop. Post, attention, validation, post again. And this loop can be subtle. At first, the behavior seems harmless, posting vacation photos, career milestones, or personal updates. But for someone with strong narcissistic traits, it escalates into a constant need for recognition, and the stakes for success or attention grow over time. It's a huge addiction. The more they get, the more they want. After a relationship ends, social media becomes a key arena where narcissists can continue managing impressions, asserting control, and seeking validation. As ex-partners, this often manifests in several characteristic behaviors. The first one is image management and impression control. They'll create posts that project strength, attractiveness, or indifference after a breakup, showing everyone, including and especially you, if that's you, that they're thriving without you. This post-breakup performance, it functions both as self-soothing and as a public assertion of superiority. The second one is indirect communication and provocation. They'll use indirect posts, quotes about betrayal or new chapter content to get reactions from the ex or mutual friends. And this behavior, it allows them to maintain emotional control without direct contact, a form of digital hoovering. Number 3, re-engagement and hoovering. Narcissists sometimes reappear via likes, comments, or tagging, testing whether the ex is still responsive. And these digital breadcrumbs, they sustain a sense of connection and dominance even after the relationships end. The fourth one isn't much fun either. The smear campaign and reputation management. In more antagonistic cases, narcissists, they can often attempt to control the narrative by subtly or openly discrediting the ex online, because social media is an image-based arena, and this aligns with their need to preserve a positive self-image while deflecting blame. And lastly, the audience as supply. Ultimately, followers, friends, and mutual contacts serve as an audience for ongoing narcissistic supply, offering validation through likes, sympathy, or curiosity about the breakup. And this keeps the narcissist's self-esteem loop intact. And if that's your case, here's how to respond. Limit or cut off digital contact. Unfollow, mute, or block if possible. This prevents the narcissist from using posts to trigger reactions or hoover you back in. Even small interactions, viewing stories, liking posts, can reinforce their sense of control or importance. Narcissists feed off of attention, right? Positive or negative. Silence, it denies them supply. You cut them off when you do that. If they're doing smear campaigns, though, you want to avoid engaging or defending yourself publicly. This is really important. Don't respond to provocative posts or defend yourself against online insinuations because defending makes you look cheap and immature. Silence keeps others wondering and you appear respectful. Counterattacks are emotional responses. They only validate their tactics and they prolong conflict. So stay dignified, private, and neutral. Let others draw their own conclusions. Reputations tend to stabilize over time. If mutual friends or coworkers see the narcissist posts, calmly clarify facts offline if necessary, but avoid gossip or retaliation. Focus your own social media on authenticity and stability rather than proving you're better off. You might also want to protect your digital boundaries. Review privacy settings and remove mutual followers who might relay information. Remember the flying monkeys here, right? And be mindful of what you post. Narcissists can misinterpret neutral content as directed at them because it's always about them, right? Or as proof that they still matter. You also might want to resist the urge to show how happy you are online because that keeps you in the same performative loop. And take a social media break if you find yourself checking their profiles or comparing lives. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention this one, and it could be really important for some of you. Use documentation if needed. If a narcissist is harassing, threatening, or defaming you, document everything. Screenshots, dates, messages, and consider legal options such as restraining orders or cyber harassment reports. So that being said, let's look at the impact that narcissists' social media addictions have on others. If you're living with that person, they're always online and there's never any time for you. And the bottom line is whether or not the person you're living with is a partner, a family member, or a friend, we all need a tribe in life. We all need to feel as though we belong and that we matter. We choose a partner because we want to share a life, which means to share our days, our experiences, our thoughts, our dreams, our wants, our needs, our tears, and laughter. But living with someone who is constantly online, it leaves a huge empty hole in the person next to them. I mean, they go from feeling unseen from childhood even to being completely invisible. And that's a traumatic wound that resurfaces and intensifies. The I'm not good enough, the I'm not interesting enough, I'm not pretty enough. These wounds are triggered over and over again. So if the narcissist says that they aren't doing anything wrong by quietly being online, they are delusional because that person sitting beside them is dying inside. It also causes drama in the relationship because a lot of times these narcissists are participating in online cheating. Google's description of online cheating is a breach of trust in a committed relationship that occurs through digital communication involving secret, romantic, emotional, or sexual exchanges with someone other than a partner. And this can range from flirtatious messaging and emotional affairs to virtual sex and can have as significant an impact as traditional infidelity. So now let's look at the impact that it can have on friends also. Comparison and envy. Constant exposure to highlight reels can lead to feelings of inadequacy. Emotional fatigue. Responding to manipulative posts, trolling, or drama is exhausting. When your friend is constantly posting about how hard their lives are and you feel obligated to reply because narcissists, especially coverts, will pick up on you not replying. And if you don't reply, they could start sharing posts about real friends being there for you. And a lot of times, you know deep down that this was targeted for you, but you can't prove it. It's draining. Seeing narcissistic behavior go unchallenged, it can reinforce that manipulation, attention seeking, or self-promotion is acceptable. For example, you notice a friend constantly posting updates about their life, seemingly perfect in every way. You start comparing your life to theirs, feeling inadequate, drained, or frustrated. The narcissist isn't even aware of the impact, not that they'd even care, but they're just focused on their own reinforcement. Awareness is the first step towards protecting yourself. Once you recognize these behaviors, you can respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. You want to limit interactions with accounts that provoke drama or constant attention seeking because you want self care. And if it's an X, delete. And if you aren't ready to just yet, at least unfollow. That way, they will have a minimal draining effect on you because the narcissist X will definitely do everything that they can to get your attention. So start following content that inspires or uplifts rather than compares or drains you. Then you want to pause before engaging. Ask yourself if responding fuels someone else's ego or serves your own well-being. Focus on internal validation. Measure your worth by your own standards, not by likes or followers. Being mindful doesn't mean disengaging entirely here. It means choosing where and how to engage, protecting your energy while still enjoying social media in a healthy way. So overall, to make this more relatable, let's look at the bottom line patterns of these narcissists online here. You have the overachiever narcissists. They post constantly about accomplishments, vacations, and social events. They use others' achievements to show that they're connected to success. The drama creator posts controversial opinions or arguments to provoke engagement. They thrive on comments and shares regardless of positivity or negativity. The attention seeker in disguise. Subtle posts designed to get validation without seeming obvious, like humble brags or indirect complaints. Each type highlights different ways narcissistic traits manifest online, but the underlying thread is the need for attention, control, and admiration. So, in conclusion, social media can magnify narcissism, but it also offers an opportunity to observe, understand, and respond consciously, especially for some of you that are on these dating sites here on social media. Be careful, or any dating site. Awareness allows us to maintain perspective about what we see online. It helps us to protect our energy and our emotional resources and cultivate digital spaces that nurture connection instead of ego. Remember, likes, comments, and shares are tools. They're not a measure of your value. So by understanding the psychology behind narcissistic online behavior, we can gain clarity, avoid manipulation, and can use social media in a way that enriches rather than drains. This social media stage might amplify narcissism, but we're not required to perform on it. Awareness, boundaries, and intentional engagement give us the power to navigate it thoughtfully and keep our peace intact. So that's all I have to say on the matter. But if I forgot to add anything, please share it in the comments down below. Or if you feel like ranting, be my guest. Until next time, bye for now.